Have you ever wondered, hey, could I actually build $1 million AI business from scratch? Well, today we're going to dive into a real step-by-step blueprint that could help you do just that. And these insights are inspired by entrepreneur Greg Isenberg, who's been in the trenches and seen what works.
I mean, seriously, think about that. $1 million in just 6 months. It sounds kind of crazy, right? Audacious, for sure. But here's the thing. In the age of AI, what used to be impossible is now, well, it's becoming possible. So the big question is there a secret formula, a recipe for success? Let's find out.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on this whole AI entrepreneurial revolution. Then, we'll jump right into the 6-month blueprint, the real meat of it. After that, we'll talk about how you actually grow the business. And finally, how to take it from just a product to a full-blown movement.
Okay, let's dive into part 1. Before you can build the future, you've got to understand what's happening right now. And trust me, AI is completely rewriting the rules of the software game. It all really boils down to one central idea.
And that idea is the AI agent. Seriously, this is the core of the whole revolution. Think of it this way. An AI agent isn't just another tool in your toolbox. It's more like a teammate. You don't give it a step-by-step list of commands. No, you give it a mission. It's like the difference between just having a hammer and actually hiring a skilled carpenter to build the whole thing for you.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at the shift here. With old-school software, you had to do all the thinking. You were the puppet master pulling every single string. But now, with these smart agents, we're literally collaborating with intelligent partners. The software is doing the thinking. This isn't a small step up, it's a massive leap. It's a total revolution in how we work with tech.
So, when it comes to business models, Greg Isenberg basically says you've got 2 main paths you can take. You can go vertical. That means you build a super specialized agent for one specific industry. Think like an AI that only does legal contract review. Or you can go horizontal and build a more general-purpose agent that helps tons of people with everyday tasks. All right, now for the part you've been waiting for. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the 6-month blueprint. This is your actionable step-by-step guide to get from a simple idea all the way to a full-blown launch. So here's the roadmap. In month 1, it's all about one thing: validation. Find a real problem and then go talk to at least 10 people who might actually pay to solve it. Fast forward to month 3, now you should have something real, a minimum viable product or MVP, and you should be getting your very first paying users. Then by month 6, the big goal is achieving product market fit. That's that magic moment where your product just clicks with the market. Once you hit that, it's time to pour gas on the fire and scale up.
Okay, but where do these million-dollar ideas come from? Well, start by solving your own problems. What's a boring, repetitive task in your life that you absolutely hate doing? Or look for industries that are still kind of stuck in the Stone Age with their tech. But the most important piece of advice is this last one. Pick a painkiller, not a vitamin. You see, a vitamin is a nice-to-have. A painkiller solves an urgent, desperate problem that people will happily pay to make go away. You want to be the painkiller.
All right, so you've got your killer idea, you've built the product. Awesome. But now comes what some people would say is the hardest part. How do you get people to actually know about it and use it? Let's talk about growth.
And let's be super clear about this. Distribution is everything. You could build the most amazing, life-changing product in the world, but if nobody knows it exists, it's not a business. It's just a really cool secret. Mastering distribution is what separates a hobby from a real company.
And this 4-step playbook from Greg is just pure gold because it's so simple. The absolute key here is focus. Don't try to be everywhere at once. Just pick one platform, whether it's X, LinkedIn, whatever, and post valuable stuff every single day. Get in there, engage with people in your niche, become part of the community. Then, once you've built that trust, you can funnel that audience to your waitlist or your product. Here's another super powerful growth hack. Partner with influencers. Find creators who are already talking to the exact audience you want to reach. You can offer them free access, maybe an affiliate deal. The point is, you let their trusted voice introduce your product. Seriously, one genuine shout-out from the right person can be way more powerful than a huge ad spend. Okay, so you've built it and you've started to get some users. That's huge. But how do you make sure you're not just a flash in the pan? How do you build a business that actually lasts, one that people genuinely love? Well, it really comes down to this. Getting users is one thing, but keeping them? That's the whole ballgame. It's the difference between a business that's like a leaky bucket, you're constantly pouring new users in the top while they spill out the bottom, and a business that's a thriving ecosystem. Getting users is expensive,
But keeping them, that's where you build real, sustainable value. So, what's the secret to keeping them around? It's all about nailing your core loop. Think of the core loop as the main sequence of actions that users take over and over again in your product, because it gives them so much value that it becomes a habit. You have to ask yourself, what is that one central, rewarding experience in my product that keeps people coming back for more? That's your core loop, and you need to make it amazing.
And this quote from Greg Eisenberg just sums up the ultimate goal perfectly. You don't just want to build a product, you want to build a community. That's how you turn customers into fanatics and a startup into a movement. It's so true. A product is just a transaction. A community, that's transformational. It's how you get a tribe, not just customers.
So look, if there's just one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. A great AI product solves a problem. But a great AI business, that builds a community. The tech is just the starting line. The real magic, the thing that makes it last, is the human connection you build around it.
The AI revolution is happening right now, whether we're ready or not. And now you literally have the blueprint. So the only question left is the one right there on your screen. What problem is your AI agent going to solve? Now go build something amazing.